All right. So we are in what was our bedroom before we got the other room livable. So what we're doing right now, we are going to take down the blue walls. The blue walls are actually drywall. I do not want drywall walls in this house. The reason being, where there is an air gap between the exterior wall and the interior wall, condensation becomes present, causing mold. So, to eliminate the mold issue, we are actually going to take out the drywall, as I was saying earlier. So, to do that, we are actually going to score the top joint between the ceiling and the walls. Come here. I've already started this. I don't know if you can see. There is a gap now between the ceiling and the wall. I want to save the ceiling. I don't want to deal with taking the insulation out of the attic in this room. I'd like to just patch the ceiling and move on. So in this room in particular, we're actually going to add a stud wall that will protrude from this interior wall about 3 feet in, walking towards the back of the house and towards my camera lady. This interior wall will get drywall because it's not on a brick wall that will not sweat. Interior walls will be fine. They'll all be climate controlled. There won't be any sweating present. Let's get to work. So, I am actually very pleasantly surprised with what we have found. It may look ugly on the camera. From the one that has to fix the plaster, it looks pretty. Anyway, so it's kind of what I expected, but better. So this here, with the windows, is obviously an exterior wall on the front of the house. We started on this side, as you have seen in the video. We started off pretty good with the plaster here, but as we moved on, this part is actually separated from the wall. the scientific method called the tap test. If it's come unbonded from the wall, it'll sound hollow. I probably can't get a good test on that with our microphone. Here, let me move this here real quick and I'll show you exactly what's going on. So what caused this plaster here to fail is moisture intrusion from this window. So I know that the sill plates on the outside are pitched properly, but after about 50 years of a storm window being on the outside and no weep holes at the bottom, the water has no other place to go but inside the house, which causes your deterioration of the plaster. It's lost all structure. Now, this here isn't really from a leak necessarily. This was more likely a failure because of the wall itself sweating, like we were talking earlier. A lime-based plaster actually wicks moisture. It allows the building to breathe. Drywall does not. So with it holding moisture, that would allow this top coat that you see here to fail. But the underlying structure, this sandy bit here, it's a lot more structurally stable than what we have down here. So this is long-term damage, this short-term. So as we move along, this is also an exterior wall here. This didn't surprise me at all. The chimneys, from what I could tell from the roof, are filled with junk. Never block off your chimneys. Your chimneys need to breathe at some point. If you want to keep your structure safe and solid and your chimneys operational, you have to use them. So, with this chimney in particular, you can see some large cracks here. I haven't put a level on it yet, but I can assume that the brick behind here is failing. Luckily, we still have this part of the chimney holding it to the structure of the building. So it can be repaired. This gray mortar or plaster here is a modern alternative to the lime-based. That is gypsum-based. That is pretty much your only option for a store-bought product. This down here, how it's still tan, is still original plaster. Here, on this wall, is an interior wall. There is really no moisture being added to this part of the structure of the building. Hence, why this plaster all looks pretty good. We do have slight, and I mean slight, damage up here at the very top of the wall. So I can assume that the damage there is due to moisture in the attic. It just wicks down, and I would consider that normal for a building of this age. But overall, I'm very happy with what we found, and I don't think this room will require as much repair as our billiard room and master. Okay, so as far as complete replacements go of plaster, the front wall here around the windows is going to be a complete replacement, and the wall from here all the way to that end. The chimney face will be removed and tuck pointed and replaced as needed. That'll be its own separate video.